Known for being the birthplace of flamenco, its tapas culture, and the poetic-sounding Guadalquivir River along which it is built, Seville is one of the most beautiful cities in Spain. The capital of the autonomous region of Andalusia, Seville boasts spectacular architecture, influenced by Moors, Christians, and Jews, just like the city's history. Although Seville is the fourth largest city in Spain, it's one of the most walkable cities in Europe because it's very flat. Therefore, one of the best things to do in Seville is to walk to your heart's content, taking in the city's charm and unique vibe as you go. In this video, we're taking you on a walk around the best places to visit in Seville. We're sure you will love them all. One of the most impressive squares in Europe, Plaza de España in Seville was constructed to host the 1929 Ibero-American Exposition, a world fair aiming to improve Spain's relationships with its former colonies in the Americas. The square's semicircular shape and Western orientation symbolize exactly that, Spain welcoming Portugal and the Americas with open arms. Its strong symbolism aside, Plaza de España is also a masterpiece of architecture and one of the prettiest places to visit in Seville. Even though you can't step inside the splendid buildings themselves, as most of them now house government institutions, you can wander around the square or sit and relax on the tiled benches that represent Spain's regions. While there, you may be lucky enough to stumble upon an impromptu flamenco show. You can even enjoy a boat ride along the tranquil canals or a stroll around the adjoining Maria Luisa Park. Speaking of monumental constructions, Plaza de la Encarnación is dominated by las Setas de Sevilla, or the mushrooms of Seville. Also called Metropol Parasol, this is one of the largest wooden constructions in the world. One of the best things to do in Seville is to stroll around the panoramic terraces of the mushrooms, taking in stunning views along the way. Our favorite time to do so is after sunset, when the Metropol Parasol puts on its unique aurora show. The Barrio de Santa Cruz is Seville's former Jewish quarter and the city's old town. Santa Cruz is home to some of Seville's top-rated attractions. We will talk about those later on this list of the best places to visit in Seville, as we would now like to focus on the neighborhood of Santa Cruz itself. This quaint neighborhood is a maze of narrow alleys and well-hidden squares that feel like the set of a romantic movie and offer a much-needed shelter from the scorching heat that defines Sevillian summers. Dotted with countless bars and restaurants, Santa Cruz is probably where you will be spending most of your time during your trip to Seville. Among the many things we love about Santa Cruz are the neighborhood's enchanting squares. From the utterly romantic Patio de Banderas, to the beyond words charming Plaza de Santa Cruz, to the insanely picturesque Plaza de Doña Elvira and Plaza de la Alianza. Another essential stop is the lovely Murillo Gardens. Probably the most famous attraction in Santa Cruz is the imposing Cathedral of Seville. One of the largest cathedrals in the world, Seville's cathedral is a masterpiece of Gothic and Moorish architecture. Just looking at the cathedral from the outside or taking a walk around the Patio de los Naranjos is awe-inspiring. Once you step inside, there's a lot to admire, such as the tomb of Christopher Columbus, the retablo mayor in the main chapel, and the choir, to name but a few. However, the ultimate highlight is La Giralda, the cathedral's bell tower. At the site where the cathedral now stands, there used to be a mosque. La Giralda was one of its minarets, later converted into a bell tower, and now the very symbol of Seville. You can walk up to the tower's viewing platform for panoramic vistas of Seville. Don't worry, there aren't any steps but ramps with a gentle incline, designed to be used by people on horseback back in the day. Just around the corner from the cathedral, Avenida de la Constitución is one of the most vibrant streets in Seville. During the Christmas season, Avenida de la Constitución is the best place to buy traditional nativity figurines. A stone's throw from the cathedral, yet another of the top attractions in Seville awaits. The Alcázar of Seville is a royal palace built on the site of a former Muslim fortress. It's a fine example of Mudéjar architecture and one of the most fabulous places to visit in Seville. The Alcázar is known for its fantastic tile decorations and fairy tale-like courtyards. The palace's gardens are also worth a visit in their own right for their dreamy ambience. To get the most out of your experience in the Real Alcázar of Seville, we recommend visiting with a knowledgeable guide. In the description below, we've linked to one of the best Alcázar tours in Seville. One of the lesser-known places to visit in Seville is also situated in the Santa Cruz neighborhood. Often considered the most beautiful palace in Seville, Casa de Pilatos was built in the 16th century and part of it is still inhabited. Casa de Pilatos represents the quintessentially Andalusian royal residence, combining Mudéjar and Italian Renaissance architectural elements. As with all Andalusian palaces, Casa de Pilatos is home to well-kept gardens. Your last stop in Santa Cruz is the Hospital de los Venerables, a 17th century building that served as a residence for poor and elderly priests. While there, you can wander around the ravishing spaces of this unique Baroque building, among which the magnificent on-site chapel stands out. At the Hospital de los Venerables, you can also admire superb works of art, as it now houses the Velázquez Art Center. A few steps from Santa Cruz, Iglesia del Salvador is the second most important church after the cathedral. Its majestic interior is worth a quick visit before you make a stop at the lively and quaint Plaza del Salvador. One of the things that defines Seville is, without a doubt, the silent river that runs through the city. The Guadalquivir, the river with a poetic name as we like to call it, is the only major navigable river in Spain, and it's home to the only commercial river port in the country. One of the best things to do in Seville is to join a river cruise along the tranquil waters of the Guadalquivir River. You can find the links to some of the best river cruises in Seville in the description below. Alternatively, the banks of the Guadalquivir River are ideal for long riverside walks, especially at sunset. The more adventurous among you can also enjoy the Guadalquivir by renting a canoe or kayak. There are several Seville landmarks along the Guadalquivir River. The Torre del Oro, Spanish for Tower of Gold, is a 13th century watchtower that was used as a prison in the Middle Ages. Nowadays, the tower houses a small maritime museum, while it offers great views from its top and unique opportunities for the most scenic strolls along the nearby Paseo de Cristóbal Colón. In the same area, Hospital de la Caridad is a gorgeous Baroque building that used to be one of the city's charity hospitals. In the on-site chapel, you can admire masterpieces by famous artists. There are also a few peaceful interior courtyards where you can catch your breath with the sound of birds happily chirping. Across the river from Seville, Triana awaits to reveal her secrets to anyone willing to leave the charms of Seville Old Town behind for a while. Although Triana is now just another of Seville's neighborhoods, it used to be a separate city in the past. Seville's former working-class nucleus, Triana is known for its tile and pottery industry. It's also the actual birthplace of flamenco, as the latter is the ultimate expression of the pains of the working class. If you have time for just one flamenco show during your trip to Seville, it's worth booking one on this side of the river. One of the best things to see in Triana is the beautiful Triana Bridge. Moreover, don't miss the chance to visit the colorful Mercado de Triana, a food market right next to Triana Bridge. We kind of saved the best for last, because, as we often like to say, the best way to get to know a place is through its tastes. Therefore, some of the most amazing places to visit in Seville are its authentic tapas bars. Seville has a unique tapas culture, where small portions of mouth-watering local staples are paired with exquisite vermouth or ice-cold beer. The best part is that most tapas bars in Seville, even those in the heart of the Old Town, are still frequented by locals. So, tourist traps are hard to find here. However, for an immersive experience to remember, we recommend joining a tapas bar tour led by a passionate local or expat. You can find the link to the tour we joined and loved in the description below. With its bright sun and perfect climate, Seville is a heartwarming place like no other, an orange-scented city to fall in love with in an instant and keep in your memory forever. If you enjoyed our video about the best places to visit in Seville, please like, comment and share it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.